opens the court of their Excellencies, Disa and Alasdair, most glorious Baroness and Baron of the mighty barony of Glymm.
Greetings, Glymm. Thank you so much for joining us at Yule today. We have a lot of exciting things in store today.
We've got a little bit of business, and we have some fantastic bardic performances. And if this is the Yule season, of course, a couple of special little surprises, well, maybe not quite so little, in store for you. So thank you for joining us, and let's get things started.
Their Excellencies call forth Eric Morgan.
Eric Morgan, you are an incredible asset to the canton and the barony. You are one of the first to volunteer for just about any job that needs to be done. Set up, take down, you've been an officer in the canton. All of these, we are so glad to have your service in our barony. Please hear these words.
Light shines through the heart of a crystal, bringing splendor and joy to those around it. So too does the service of Eric Morgan enrich our barony. Well pleased are we, Disa and Alasdair, Baroness and Baron of Glymm, to invite them into the Order of the Crystal, by our hand and seal this 5th day of December, Anno Societatis 55, being 2020 Gregorian. 3 cheers for the newest member of the Order of the Crystal. Huzzah! 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 If it please your Excellencies, Mistress Elizabeth Piper brings us entertainment for the holidays.
This is Dance Royale, a 13th century Duktia.
Their Excellencies call forth Tamsin Largent.
Lady Tamsin, you do everything that you can to beautify both the canton and the barony. You make lovely garb, and you always are encouraging other people in their art as well. It's something that we love to see. And because of those things, we have these words for you.
As a stag bounds through the forest, love and skill bound forth from the hand of an artisan. Such an artisan stands before us today. Thus do we, Disa and Alasdair, Baroness and Baron of Glymm, invite Tamsin Largent to join the Order of the Red Heart. By our hand and seal, this 5th day of December, Anno Societatis 55, being 2020 Gregorian. 3 cheers for the newest member of the Order of the Red Heart. Huzzah! 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 If it please your Excellencies, Dame Goranducht Mamagonian brings us entertainment for the holidays.
Lule, lule, thou tiny child, bye bye, lule, 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 thou little tiny child, bye bye, lule, lule. Oh, sisters too, how may we do for to preserve this day, this poor youngling for whom we sing? Bye bye, lule, lule. Herod the king in his raging charged he hath this day his man of might in his own sight, all young children to slay. Thus woe's me, poor child, for thee, and ever mourn and say, for thy parting neither say nor sing. Bye bye, lule, 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 thou tiny child. Bye bye, lule, 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 thou little tiny child. Bye bye, lule, lule.
Their Excellencies call forth Wulfgar von Rotenburg.
His Lordship Wolfgar has been a member of this barony for quite some time. He has been active on event staffs. You've seen him teaching. You've seen his handiwork in the wonderful medallions for cloak closures for our sergeants. For these reasons and many, many more, please hear these words from our herald.
Light shines through the heart of a crystal, bringing splendor and joy to those around it. So too does the service of Wulfgar von Rotenburg enrich our barony. Well pleased are we, Disa and Alasdair, Baroness and Baron of Glymm, to invite them into the Order of the Crystal, by our hand and seal this 5th day of December, Anno Societatis 55, being 2020 Gregorian. 3 cheers for the newest member of the Order of the Crystal. Huzzah! 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 Their Excellencies call forth Eleanor of Eccleshall.
Dame Eleanor, you have been making our award necklaces, many of them for this for our time as Baron and Baroness so far. You have been so wonderful. You volunteered to work on His Excellency's clothing for the investiture, and you are such valuable counsel. I know not only to us, but to many people in the barony. You are an absolute asset, and I can't imagine the barony without you. Because of this and so many more things that I haven't listed, please hear these words.
From the first felt drop to an unending flood that touches and strengthens all around them, Thus have the labours indeed poured forth from Eleanor of Eccleshall. Thus do we, Disa and Alasdair, Baroness and Baron of Glymm, invite them to join the Order of the Ewer, by our hand and seal this 5th day of December, Anno Societatis 55, being 2020 Gregorian. 3 cheers for the newest member of the Order of the Ewer. Huzzah! 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 If it please your Excellencies, my Lord Marcus Claudius Scorpus brings us entertainment for the holidays.
This song is called This Indris Night. It's a 15th century English Christmas carol that has survived over the centuries. I'm going to give it a try. It's a little simpler version. On a side note, part of the chorus, the very end of the chorus, is a phrase saying "Lule, bye-bye, Lule." Kind of makes me wonder if that's where the term lullaby came from. Anyways, hope you enjoy it. This Indris night I sorely sigh, a star as bright as day, here among a maiden sang, Lule, bye-bye. This lovely lady sang and sang, and to her child did say, my son, my brother, father dear, why liest thou thus in hate? The child then spoke in his talking, and to his mother said, yea, I am known as heaven's king, though I in crib be laid. Methinks it right that King o' Night should lie in good array, and then among it were no wrong to sing bye-bye. Child, though I be laid in stall, oh Lord, Now tell, sweet son, I thee do pray, thou art my love and dear. How should I keep thee to thy pain and make thee glad of cheer? My dear mother, they'll hold me warm and keep me night and day. And if I weep and may not sleep, I'll sing bye-bye, Lule. They'll sing bye-bye, Lule. They'll sing bye-bye.
Their Excellencies call forth Lariel Fairhala.
Lariel, you have stepped up as our coordinator, and you have until we, can be in person again, and hopefully after that, you have been making our award tokens, which are absolutely gorgeous. You step in wherever help is needed, and we so appreciate that. And so, please hear the words that our herald has for you.
Light shines through the heart of a crystal, bringing splendor and joy to those around it. So too does the service of Lariel Fairhala enrich our barony. Well pleased are we, Disa and Alasdair, Baroness and Baron of Glymm, to invite them into the Order of the Crystal, by our hand and seal this 5th day of December, Anno Societatis 55, being 2020 Gregorian. 3 cheers for the newest member of the Order of the Crystal. Huzzah! 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 If it please your Excellencies, Dame Eleanor of Eccleshall brings us entertainment for the holidays.
Come Live With Me, from a poem by Christopher Marlowe with a melody by William Corkine. Come live with me and be my love, and we will all the pleasures prove that valleys, groves, hills and fields, woods or steepy mountains yields. And we will sit upon the rocks, seeing the shepherds feed their flocks by shallow rivers to whose falls melodious birds sing madrigals. And I will make thee beds of roses and 1,000 fragrant posies, a cap of flowers and a kirtle embroidered all with leaves of myrtle, a gown made of the finest wool, which from our pretty lambs we pull, fair lined slippers for the cold, with buckles of the purest gold, a belt of straw and ivy buds, with coral clasps and amber studs. And if these pleasures may thee move, come live with me and be my love. The shepherd swains shall dance and sing for thy delight each May morning. If these delights your mind may move, then live with me and be my love.
One thing we'd like to bring out is one of the things that is very important to us is we very much like pageantry and spectacle. and things that enhance the appearance of the event. One of the items that the barony has as a piece of regalia for our baronial marshal is we have this lovely baronial marshalling staff that was presented to the barony some years ago, and usually it lives with the baronial heavy marshal. However, heavy fighting is not the only fighting in the barony, so we didn't feel it was quite fair or appropriate for there to only be one marshalling staff for the barony. So with that in mind, we reached out and spoke with Sir Brehan to commission a second marshalling staff so that there's one for the heavy community and also one for the rapier community. However, Glymm is not just a heavy and rapier community. We are also known for our cut and thrust community. So with that being the case, how could we not have a third so that each of our marshals, our heavy marshal, our rapier marshal, and our cut and thrust marshal, can all have a marshalling staff to represent the barony on the field? Thank you, Sir Brehan, for your time and willingness to undertake this project. We greatly appreciate it.
Their Excellencies call forth Elizabeth Piper.
The name Mistress Elizabeth Piper is known throughout the kingdom, and you would be hard-pressed to find someone who is not aware of the continuing works of this wonderful member of our populace. Whether she is organizing performances or teaching, she is always there and has been active and just such a valued part of the barony. We are just so glad to have you here, and for that, we would like you to hear these words.
From the first felt drop to an unending flood that touches and strengthens all around them, thus have the labors indeed poured forth from Elizabeth Piper. Thus do we, Disa and Alasdair, Baroness and Baron of Glymm, invite them to join the Order of the Yule, by our hand and seal this 5th day of December, Anno Societatis 55, being 2020 Gregorian. 3 cheers for the newest member of the Order of the Yule. Huzzah! 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 If it please your Excellencies, His Lordship Volk the Grey brings us entertainment for the holidays.
Greetings and salutations. I am His Lordship Volk the Grey, Arcarius to Arcos Master Griffin the Black, protege to Sir Cedric Wilfraven, yeoman of the Everclear Barony of Glymm, and a bard, and at times I play Father Christmas. This is my friend Ramon. Say hello, Ramon. And I love you too. I have a tale to tell about the connection between Odin and Christmas. I call it Odin, All-Father Christmas. Many traditions can be traced back to Yule. There are those who view Yule as a holy period that lasts 12 days, in which Odin is referred to as All-Father. Odin is known for taking many forms. One of these is as a traveler with a white beard and wearing a cloak and a hood. Other similarities: he flies through the sky, rewarding good and punishing bad. Sleipnir, his flying horse, has 8 legs. I wonder what Christmas tradition that might have a connection to. Yes. He is a gift giver. In the Eddic poem Vulspa in Skama, and I apologize if I'm getting that incorrect, Freya elaborates on Odin as gift giver. We'll ask Odin to keep us in mind. He gives gold to those who are worthy. He gave Hermoth a helmet and armor. He gave Sigmund a sword as a gift. He gives victory to some, money to others, eloquence to many, and common sense to all. He gives waves to the sea, word skill to poets. He gives many the happiness of love. All Father could see if you were good or bad. Every morning he would send out his ravens, Hunin and Munin, out to the 9 realms, and in the evening they would return with news. Other similarities: carols and caroling. The Norse love a good song. Nights of magic, magical creatures, and holiday miracles. Gifts of cakes, cookies, and sweets. One of my favorite things. Wreaths, Yule log, drinking, slancha, or skull in this case, mistletoe, and the tree. I will end this with a quote from a post by the Sons of Vikings on December 15th, 2017. Holidays are times when the traditions of our many ancestors come down to us in blended form. Despite its diverse points of origins, Christmas is still a time in which people brave the cold to come together, strengthening the bonds of kinship and friendship. Think of their past and of their future, and consider their spiritual place in the world. My lords and ladies, I am His Lordship Volk the Grey. I hope you have a good night, and I hope you have a good day.
Their Excellencies call forth William Ravenswind.
William, you, first of all, did an incredible job with Yule Feast last year. Everyone who worked in the kitchen was incredible, but you were back there the entire time, and you worked so hard. You are, wherever I look at events, you're there helping out. You're always lending a hand, kind of quietly in the background. But we see you, and please hear these words from our herald.
Light shines through the heart of a crystal, bringing splendor and joy to those around it. So too does the service of William Ravenswind enrich our barony. Well pleased are we, Disa and Alasdair, Baroness and Baron of Glymm, to invite them into the Order of the Crystal. By our hand and seal, this 5th day of December, Anno Societatis 55, being 2020 Gregorian. 3 cheers for the newest member of the Order of the Crystal. Huzzah! 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 Their Excellencies call forth Andrew the Red.
Andrew, I remember when you and your family first joined the barony not too long ago, coming out to a practice. Since that time, your involvement has just continued to grow. You have taken on the role of baronial herald for us, handling that very important office, and we cannot thank you enough. Please hear these words.
Light shines through the heart of a crystal, bringing splendor and joy to those around it. So too does the service of Andrew the Red enrich our barony. Well pleased are we, Disa and Alasdair, Baroness and Baron of Glymm, to invite them into the Order of the Crystal. By our hand and seal, this 5th day of December, Anno Societatis 55, being 2020 Gregorian. 3 cheers for the newest member of the Order of the Crystal. Huzzah! 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 If it please your Excellencies, Mistress Elizabeth Piper, Dame Eleanor of Eccleshall, and my Lady Rose bring us entertainment for the holidays.
We have had some really incredible performances throughout court tonight, and I wanted to take this time. We thought it would be good to acknowledge all of the bards that took the time and recorded these lovely pieces for all of our entertainment during court and during our Yule event today. So I just wanted to take a moment and read all of their names. Dame Eleanor, Mistress Elizabeth, Milady Rose, His Lordship Volk the Grey, Dame Giron, and my Lord Scorpius. Thank you all for your performances. They were all fantastic. We do want to give you a little token of our thanks. And so when next we see you, or they may end up being delivered to you some other way, when next we see you, you'll be receiving our baronial coin as a thank you and payment for your wonderful performances today. Thank you so much. Music and bardic, it adds a lot to the pageantry and the atmosphere of events, and it's so important. And we really appreciate you putting yourself out there and sending those in for us to add to our online Yule today.
Lady Tamsin, we would like to thank you for your time and effort organizing this event. This is our first baronial virtual event. Yule is always a high point of the year for this barony, and as such, we would like to take this time to present you with a small thank you and a token of our appreciation. So when next we have a chance to meet, we have this box here for you as a thank you for all the work you've done for our event.
So we had one more thing that we wanted to add. We had some new regalia that was commissioned that not only us will use, but hopefully will be used by those that come after us as Baron and Baroness. We requested that Lady Demoot Faust make some new baronial cloaks. The baronial cloaks that we have now are beautiful, but they are a later period, and we thought it would be nice to, as His Excellency, models here, we thought it would be nice to have something else that would be a little more flexible for earlier periods, or just kind of to give people another option. They are absolutely beautiful. I know that His Lordship Sigmund Faust also helped in some of the work, but we so appreciate all of the time and effort that was put into them. They are absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for all of your work, and we hope that everybody can see them in person here pretty soon.
We would like to thank everyone for attending our virtual Yule Court. We would like to thank all of the performers again for taking their time and putting their performances out there for everyone to enjoy. Again, a big thanks to Lady Tamsin for all of her effort and time putting together this event, as well as putting forth the tasty recipes for everyone to sample for the event.
Thank you so much, Glymm, again, for joining us today. We miss you all. We hope you have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season. Stay safe, and we hope to see you again very soon.
Here ends the court of their Excellencies of Glymm, the most noble Disa and Alasdair. For their noble majesties, Christian and Hélène, hip hip huzzah! For Disa and Alasdair, hip hip huzzah! Now let's raise a cheer for proud Glymm, the wonderful barony in which we stand. Hip hip huzzah! And thrice we say the name of the fairest kingdom in all the land. Antir! Antir! Antir!